if they let umpires say whatever they wanted to say, I would be able to tell parents that probably under the age of 12 and under and below, I could tell each parent that wants to yell at me for my calls if their kid needs to continue to pursue a baseball career or if they need to join the damn band. What is up, guys? It is your boy Wilson, boy Joplin, with the none other Colin O'Grady. Forgot your middle name, Colin. I'm not gonna lie to you.
James, it's all good.
James. I knew that. Same as Grayson's.
hmm
This is what week is this for us?
I
Is
don't
this
know,
three,
man.
four? And it's
Yeah,
it's it's
it's
something like that. But
one of the weeks.
this is our second video overall without Tate. Missed him tonight. Tate, miss you, love you. Anyways, but so we missed the week before. We're not going to cover that week. Doesn't count. OU lost, so we're not going to talk about it. But however, we're gonna cover this previous week's coverage. Talk a little bit about some games that we did watch, although we did not watch a ton, did we, Colin? No,
No, I've been slacking.
no. But it's okay because OU lost again. But we'll push through it because that's what us good OU fans do. Because anyways, me personally, when we get to talk about the Texas Rangers,
That's
and
right.
that is why I cannot wait to start this podcast. So, without further ado, Colin, what is first on our agenda, Mister?
Well, as good OU fans, naturally we're Lincoln Riley USC haters. So I know you and me both watched that. That was one of the few games we did watch was USC Washington. So did it help your day at all to see Caleb Williams crying at the end of the day after
I
watching
mean,
OU do what they did?
listen. So, I that was a great game, man. I just want to say though, like the this is off topic a little bit, but the Pac-12's defense is like the back when Lincoln Riley was at OU, it was like the
Uh,
Big 12. The defense was horrible. It was all offense. The Pac-12 was like that, but it's on steroids. So, anyways, but about that game, I mean, it was a great game. Seeing Caleb Williams and Michael Penix. Is that how you pronounce his last name?
yeah.
But two of arguably the best players in college football go head to head, and so it felt good to see them lose. But Colin, if Tate was here right now, he would grill me. But when I saw him crying, like obviously I understand, like, look, bro, like you're 20 years old, like suck it up, like you're being a pussy. But
What do you think?
I
Let me ask you this: If we'll now, I'm not saying like last game of your career or last game of the season. Say you're playing, shoot, I don't know. Say the Rough Tigers are playing like Red Oak, okay, just regular season game, and y'all get beat. It's like 6-5, y'all get beat, and you're over there crying in the dugout. What do you think Eat Simon's saying to you in that
I
moment?
mean I mean if I'm playing for Eat, I'm never playing again. Um,
Better
but
yet, what do you think Brett
you ha-
Joplin is saying to you in that moment?
yeah, I ain't going home either, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a minute before things get back to the way they were. But you have to think though, like that. Think about this: is that his last game ever at USC?
No, I don't. No, I mean, I don't think it's his last game of the Coliseum, if that's what you're asking, or the whatever their stadium is, if that's what you're asking. But no, they still have to play Oregon. They still have to play UCLA.
But think about this: they have no shot to make the playoff.
Correct.
If I don't know who holds the number one pick. I don't know. I remember it's
It's
somebody
probably
in
gonna end up
Horrible,
being the Bears again.
but I know he probably don't want to go there. But he may end up going. Like he has millions of dollars. Yes, his NIL deals, he has millions of dollars. But to go number one this year, why would he risk playing anymore? He can just start getting stronger and start training.
Yeah, that's what people have been talking about too, because he's like, I don't even think that USC is going to be eligible to make the Pac-12 Pac-12 championship game. So really, he's playing for a bowl game at this point.
Yeah. No,
Will just got a haircut.
I couldn't do it, dude. Yeah, I got a haircut, guys. Tate would be proud. Now I look like I wouldn't say I don't look like a homeless person anymore. What do you think I
Yeah,
would
you
classify
look
myself
maybe like
as?
you found a shelter or something like that. So that's
Yeah,
good.
I found a shelter. I'm living on man, I'm living on dry biscuits and but I've got clipped up. So
Hey,
we're lit.
are you still eating ramen and tuna?
Nah, man. I actually had tuna today.
Did you?
I don't know. The last time that's what I eat for lunch. I need to eat more freaking calories, but I'm just high on protein right now. But so my two favorites are lemon pepper. I think I told y'all about that one. But did I tell you about the teriyaki?
Wings or what are we talking about here?
No, no, not wings. Teriyaki flavored tuna.
That's disgusting. I'm gonna just throw
Crazy,
that out
dude.
there.
Oh man. It's like I don't even know how to like explain it. It's like so first off, in there it looks like you chopped up dog shit. I'm just gonna be completely straight to the point. Okay. And then they're trying to like make it look a little like a little nice. So they throw little sesame seeds in there and then
Okay.
some green stuff. And so when I eat it, I don't even look at it. I don't smell it. I just rip it open, put my fork in, and I just choke it down till I get it done. It's how I eat oatmeal too. I force myself to eat it. But
Hey,
it's like it's tolerable though.
okay, well, look, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
I mean,
I mean, there's probably better alternatives than teriyaki tuna that you could be going to, but hey, I'm not gonna knock your hustle, man. I respect it, I guess. I mean, there's if anyone's got any other options that they want to give old Will, who's trying to get some calories, that's not teriyaki tuna, go ahead and hit him up.
but hold on. At the same time though, like if you have to all of our 81 viewers that watch this,
Shout out.
if y'all have, like a meal prep, if you just want to slide my way, I'm not giving you my cell phone number. I don't care that we're not famous. I'm not giving you any of that. But then I can give you my email. You can send me, you know, what to get
You could
because
DM.
I'm living on $100 a month on groceries, which is not, yes, with inflation. Okay, Joe Biden, you can suck one. I don't care. We ain't getting into politics. I don't care about all this. But do you not think that we grew up? This is like the shittiest time to be like a young male or female
I
growing up, like
mean,
to figure out what your and
yeah, I
you can't
mean,
get
look,
gas for under 350.
yeah, I'm spoiled, so I can't. I'm not gonna act like, I'm like
He's on scholarship.
that's not even it. But
He's on
no, no,
scholarship.
definitely stuff is expensive. No, you're right. I
Oh
can't even
man.
get
And
half a
like
tank for under $40 anymore, so it's tough.
Bo, and you drive a car, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, so do I. But
Dude.
no, Bo, he's up in Okmulgee. I don't know how far that is from you.
It's about an hour and a half. About an hour and a
Okay.
half.
Well, he's at that OSUIT, and man, he is home every weekend, Colin. Like he
He
works
needs
at a gym there,
he needs to
but
make
I'm just
some
like, my
friends,
God,
bro.
man, I don't know. And he told me away the other day. I ain't telling nothing, but he somehow got gas. He sent me a video. He was getting gas. It was like he was getting it for like I swear to you, it was like a dime a gallon. It was insane.
Are you serious?
It was insane.
I don't believe that.
I'll have if I have it saved, I'll send it to you.
All right. We need to get I guess you need to find Bo a woman, dude, so he stops coming home to Brett and Crystal
Bo,
for the weekend.
or bro, he has a woman. They've been dating for like 2 years now, and they're gonna get married.
Is she in Ada or Roth?
Nah, dog. She look. So have you been to my mom and dad's new house?
Uh-uh.
All right, so they live in Hickory, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you know where that's at. It's like 5 miles south of Roth. So you go down this dirt road. It's called Alfred Grimm Road,
Okay.
and there ain't a street sign anymore because that is currently in Cali County, um, Kansas.
The baseball team took
But
it?
it's a long story.
Does it
We're
involve
probably gonna
Tracy
get another
Miller?
one though. It does, but we're gonna go ahead. I thought we were gonna try to get another one that said Joplin Road, but
Nice.
we'll have to edit that one out probably. I don't think mom and dad would allow that one to be on there. But anyways, but Lexi was from Sulphur. Her name is Lex. Her name is Lexi Boyd. And
Okay.
so my like all of my socials are like Wilson Boyd. And
Uh-huh.
so when they see pictures of her and Bo like all close, they're like, "What the fuck?" Like you're gonna have to edit that one out too. They're like, "What in the world?" And it's and so it's funny, but no, they she lives like 5 minutes from us, dude. So like
Well,
they
that's
started
why he's
dating.
coming
Those
home on the weekends, dude.
no, but she lives in Tulsa too. She goes to
Oh,
Tulsa City,
then
Tulsa, yeah, whatever.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Young love. What are you gonna do, bro? We wouldn't know anything
Man, I
about
don't
that though,
know.
would we?
We wouldn't.
We're
And
flying.
as
We're flying
to
solo.
reference as reference to the last video we had, what did you said something about the hose. I don't know exactly what you
I mean, I may or may not have said that, that
we have to
the
entertain
the ladies
the
the
beautiful
ladies
women
don't
24/7.
yeah, they don't entertain
The ladies don't
themselves.
entertain themselves. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%. But we treat our women with respect. If any of our women,
Yeah.
plural, more than one, watch
Okay.
this.
I mean, I can't be going around saying that I got multiple women, we
I
got to
don't know,
keep this
man.
keep this image up. But anyways,
Hey,
man,
you gonna cut the hair? Or you
look,
gonna keep it? You
I'm
gonna keep
not
it?
I don't plan on cutting it for a while. You think I should cut it?
No, it fits you.
I appreciate that. What
You look
about what
you look
about the
like
beard? You think I
a
need
modern day Jason White.
Jason White? Jason White had a buzz cut,
Yes,
bro.
I know, but I just pictured him with a flow. You're like a
All
mixture.
right.
If Jason White and Sunshine from The Blind Side had a kid, boom, calling a
Look,
winner.
I always liked Sunshine off Remember the Titans. You and me watched that movie like it was going out of style.
Countless. We probably still would if we lived in the same town.
No, I agree. We would. For sure, for sure.
Anyways, let's get back to the football.
All right, we'll get back to the football. Look, I was here. We'll just talk about a couple more games before we go to that heartbreaking OU loss. But one, I think a team that should be back on your radar is probably Alabama because they went and absolutely throttled LSU the other week. And I had them on my fraud alert. They beat LSU 42-28 and they have not lost since the Texas game.
Man, I don't know how Nick Saban is like. He reminds me of like the way that Eden them coach. Like you have these coaches, they like almost manipulate you, dude. And so like even on your off years when you're not winning national championships and producing, you know, goodness, there's no telling. You think they've had probably close to 10 first round picks in a single year at one time?
I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't be
At
crazy
least
to me if
five.
they had. Yeah,
I mean, so like they're even on their off years though, they're always gonna come back, dude. So until Nick Saban retires, he probably won't. He'll probably die on a
yeah.
football
He'll,
field.
he'll he'll probably die as the coach of Alabama.
But I don't know, man. They're just different. But I think I know we're not talking about OU yet, but I think we have. I'll talk about it in a little bit, but we have every single ounce to do the exact same thing in the future.
I agree. I mean, I hope so, especially with the type of talent they're bringing in as far as recruiting goes. A lot of defensive line talent. But a couple other teams I want to talk about is you and me have both been pretty critical of Florida State. They're still undefeated. And there's a lot of teams in the country that can't say that. So as much as you've been hating on them, look, OU's lost their past two
Hold on.
games.
Let me. Who did they play?
They played Pitt. They beat them 24-7.
And Pitt. Were they legit? I think we've talked about them.
No, I think Pitt's pretty bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is a school like Florida State playing a bad team this late? I don't know,
Because
man.
they're in the
I mean, we played
ACC,
Kansas
dude.
and OSU.
Yeah. I mean, they can't help who's in their conference. They just got to play the teams on the schedule. And they've won every
Mm,
single game. So maybe it's time
I don't
maybe
know.
it's time we start giving Florida State their flowers.
I mean, if they do, cool. Like all credit to you, man. But it's just like I don't know. I just ain't about it.
Yeah.
I haven't really been a Florida fan ever since that documentary. Documentary was dope, but I'm just like,
It's
That's
not even
not
the
the same
same
in
school
Florida.
though.
Yeah.
But you're talking about Florida, and then we're talking about Florida State.
I know, but like
Just all
it's the
Florida schools in
same. It's
general.
the yes, dude. Like I don't even because like Florida State used to be some freaking dogs, bro.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I
just
mean
not
they're
the
number
same.
4 team in the country, undefeated, bro. So week 11,
I mean, just give it time. Give
give it
it.
time. All
They'll
right.
win. They will win next week, but the week after that they will lose.
All right. Well, let's see who they play next week. And
Jeez.
while I'm looking that up, Penn State throttled Maryland this week, and they got Ohio State coming up next week. So that's an interesting
Mm.
one to watch. I know.
Actually, I lied. I lied. Florida State's gonna win the next two.
Yeah, Miami, and then
Then they lose. Then they get beat by Florida because I would hope that they beat North Alabama.
Florida State plays North Alabama.
Yeah, and week 12, dude. Next week they got Miami.
Oh
That's
gosh,
what do you think about North Carolina, man?
what about them? I know they were,
What do you think about him? Their
man.
quarterback, man, he's legit.
Yeah, but they dropped a really bad one a couple weeks ago. They're not even in the top 20
Yeah,
anymore.
but
They're
man,
like
and like
24.
even though he was a Texas coach, I'm still rooting for Mac Brown, bro. Like
I don't have
he
many
was a Big
problems
12.
with Mac Brown. Seems
Man,
like
I
a
just
good enough
remember
guy.
busting his ass year
Yeah,
after year after year.
Bob Stoops definitely gave him the business.
Hey, dude, man. You know what I do? We need to become. Let's go to an XFL game, bro. Up in
Hey,
Arlington and watch Bob Stoops coach.
we could do that, or for the low price of $9 a month, we could get season tickets to the Tulsa Oilers arena football team.
Mm. Yeah, but listen, dog. What the? What? I uh, I I don't. Sorry that chick's in the living room. I don't live near Tulsa,
Well, you're not that far.
so
You're like
that's
2 hours
not convenient to
away.
me.
You're closer to Tulsa than you are to Arlington, Texas.
Yeah, I know, but like it's just like the principle of I'm driving to you
Oh, really? Well, I mean,
over and over.
I gotta drive, 40 minutes south. It's not like it's in my neighborhood. We're both making
All
sacrifices
right,
here.
all right.
All right.
Next
Before we go,
topic.
who do you think is a confirmed fraud this year? They've shown you all you need to see to say that they're just no good this year. And who do you think is a legit title contender 10 weeks into the year?
Um, Colorado
Okay.
fraud.
I feel like that's a pretty
Um,
easy answer.
plain as day. And then for my actual contender, man, let's see, let's see.
Take your time.
Hold on. Oh, I will. Don't worry. Oregon.
Oregon's a legit contender.
Yes, yes. I mean, think about that. You got Bo Nix, man. Dude's been there. Good Lord. What is he? 20? I mean, he's probably like 25 realistically,
He's
but
like
my
a
Lord, it
six.
feels like he's 37.
He's like a 6-year senior. Yeah, he's old for
hmm
sure.
But I mean, I'm just the point is though. I mean, he's experienced. You know, they're legit. Have they played Washington yet? I think they have,
Yeah,
haven't
they
they?
lost to Washington.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And that's gonna happen. They'll probably end up playing them again. To be honest with you, I
So
don't know who
you
else
think
is
Oregon's gonna
contending
win
in
the
the Pac-12.
Pac-12 then?
No, I think
Oh.
Washington will win the Pac-12, but I
So
think
how is
Oregon. No,
Washington gonna win the
I think
Pac-12, but
Oregon.
Oregon's gonna be a contender?
I think they're going to contend for
You're
the
ridiculous, bro.
Pac-12 championship.
You don't even know what you're talking about right now.
I don't know. We'll edit that out. We'll edit that out. We'll just
Oh,
say yes,
okay, okay.
Oregon and Washington.
Yeah,
I should
make
have said Washington the first time, but I was going to make Oregon a little more interesting.
sure, bro. Make Colin edit out all your
But
bad takes. It's all good.
I didn't want to say Ohio State. That's too obvious. I mean, they're the number one.
Yeah,
And I'm not going to say Georgia.
I don't think that their quarterback situation is good enough for them to go win the whole thing.
Yeah. So
They're
how's Washington State doing? I haven't checked in on them since they
you
lost.
know I think they're just dead. I think the whole team just quit playing football. To be honest, I haven't checked a Washington State
As soon
score.
as you made a take, man,
Yeah, on the
that's
kiss of
crazy.
death, bro. Because Air Force just lost last week too to Army. and I was high on Air Force, their first
That
loss of the
you were
year.
hyping it
So
for something, weren't you, man?
I'm
Oh,
gonna just stop hyping teams up, or I'll hype up the teams
man.
I don't want to win and they'll lose. That's usually how it works.
Let's
But
see. Let's see. Let's see.
but for me,
Um,
as far as frauds, I guess we gotta include OU in there,
yeah,
dropping back to back
it's
games,
all right though. I
Kansas and
mean,
OSU.
the thing that I've learned, are we technically on OU football now? Or are we not there yet?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and transition
Okay,
into it.
so I'm just gonna get this off the table. I'm gonna try not to curse on this. Um, OSU fans, I got a lot of them, dude. Like I got a lot of OSU friends. So like, don't take this to heart or anything, but they're the most annoying fan base, like on the face of the earth. Like I've been telling people this a little bit. They're the little brother or whatever you want to call it, not because of football, but because like the way that they treat us is like your annoying little brother. Like they're always trying to bother you and trying to insult you about dumb shit for no reason when you're just over here minding your own business. It's just like I don't know. Just can't stand them. And I got a lot of them, dude.
Will, I think that's the realest thing that you've said on this podcast, to be honest, because
Dude, like
I agree with you wholeheartedly, 100%. That they just come up and start picking fights,
I
and
know, like it's like we have a go ahead. Sorry.
well, the all-time record between OU and OSU is 91-20 in like
And like
seven conference.
every time we bring that up, they're like, "Oh, you're like bringing up the past." Well, yeah, like the past is
Yeah.
meant to be brought up in the situation.
And here, if you want to talk about the past, you want to know the one national championship that OSU claims, what year that was, and it's up in the air whether they were really the national champions that year.
Ah, man, I don't know.
Is
Like seven,
1945. 1945. And you know who the other team was in the poll for the number one to be the national champion that year? It
they
was
didn't even play for the
Army.
championship
It was
game.
no, it got like voted on. It was Army. So there's a lot of people that say that Army was a national champion in
Oh my
1945,
god!
but OSU claims
Wait,
it
you,
and they
you know
have
who
it up.
wasn't?
They have it up in Boone Pickens Stadium, 1945 national champions, and they stole it from America's Army, the servicemen of this great country. They want to steal a national championship from Army. That's their one, and they've got it up in Boone Pickens,
Man,
bro.
I
That
just
how crazy is
I
that, bro?
I've never been to an OSU game. I don't ever plan on going. There ain't nothing. I mean, Stillwater's a cool town, but there ain't nothing. That town. I just don't like it.
No,
Don't
yeah.
like it,
I
man.
mean,
But
I hate OSU as much as the next good OU fan does, but with that being said, they
uh,
they gripe and moan about Mike Gundy a lot. That dude can coach some football.
he can coach. He's good
He
at
can
his
coach some
job.
football. And you
I
gotta,
know that, man. He's got Lincoln Riley and Brent Venables right now.
yeah,
He's got them both.
that 2 out of the last 3 years, man. And with
Yeah.
not with the 2021 team was pretty good, but this team is they lost to South Alabama. This team
Hey,
hasn't.
shout out Trey Kaiser, aka went Sulphur.
They this OSU team has a super low floor, as we saw. They could be very bad. And Mike Gundy turned them around, got them back in the top 20 and beat OU, the
Dude,
number 9 team in the country with this OSU
I
team he has.
I didn't know who their running back was,
Came out of nowhere.
but apparently we should have been paying attention because if I had heard correctly, I remember the announcer kept talking about how the past like 3 weeks he's been going insane, and I'm like, this dude, I've never heard of him, and he murdered us.
Yeah. He in the that number 10, I don't remember his last name, is like Owens or something, the wide receiver, had like a career day against us. Alan Bowman went off against us, the quarter.
Yeah, but I mean, I know I've seen I think two of his receptions. He was pushing off on us, and I know once we
Well,
got flagged for it.
yeah, what about that play where they're in their inside their 10-yard line, they push off, they get the PI call, and then Brent Venables gets an unsportsmanlike. So that's 30 yards of penalties on a
Yeah,
call that should have either been one, a no call, or two, it should have been offensive pass interference because he literally shoved him down. But we
yeah.
we don't.
Well,
I mean, the officiating was terrible, and OSU fans are gonna be poking fun at us and saying like there were a bunch of crybabies and we shouldn't let it come down to one play. Like, yes, that's true, but you can't act like the Drake Stoops play in the end zone
Yeah.
was
Dude,
that was
that's one of
ridiculous.
the most blatant, obvious. It's just like, and it was almost as bad. It's probably worse than that Saints play that happened a few years back in the
Yeah,
playoffs or
it was pretty
wild
bad.
card. But that the most I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't agree when people say like we're getting screwed by the refs just because we're leaving. Like I don't agree with that. But last night it's kind of hard to argue.
Yeah,
Or last week.
it was pretty suspect, I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, obviously this team, we thought they were there. They still have a lot of problems. That defense is not the same without Danny Stutzman. I will say though that they did play good enough to win, I think. But the offense has not ever since Andrew
Yeah.
Anthony went out against Texas, the offense has not looked like the same offense.
I don't know, man.
It's looked bad. The O lines
Well,
look
and
bad.
like
Running games look
my
bad.
uncle, you remember Biggin?
Yeah.
I saw him in the gym the other day. He told me he was like he had asked, he was like, did you think at any time in that game that we were gonna win that game?
Yeah.
Did you?
There was a moment in the third quarter when I thought that we were, and that moment quickly went away.
Well, like that's what I told him too. I was like, yeah, and he was like, no. He was like, there's no way. He was like, if the Drake had caught that in the end zone and they had called that a touchdown, they would have thrown a holding penalty or something. So like it was, I mean, and he's got a point. So I don't know, man. There's not really much to talk about. It's kind of hard to, we take credit. We got beat.
Yeah.
Um, so hopefully that little Bedlam bullshit just goes away forever. So it's not relevant.
Look,
Never has been.
they need to at least play it one more time so OSU doesn't have the final one on us forever.
Yeah, no joke. Just come
Because
to
that
Norman, or we can meet. Let's meet in a neutral place. Let's play at a high school field.
because that's what they're gonna say is even if no one team, if OU would have won that game on Saturday, then no other team in college football history would have beat one opponent more than OU had beat OSU. But since they
Really?
got the last one on it, or the last one for now, it's gonna be that's all we're gonna hear. So they have bragging rights for who knows how long. But
Yeah, man.
like I said, I hate OSU. But I mean, I kind of like Mike Gundy. I think he's a good coach, and hats off to OSU for coming out and exposing us. We didn't play well enough
Well,
to win, anyways.
I mean, while we're on bad calls, we'll kind of switch topics a little bit. We'll go to NFL. Did you watch the Cowboys game any by chance?
No, I was busy.
Man, so I mean, towards the end of the game, well, they had one call. I don't know if it happened. It may have happened in the OU game too, or I may just be getting it mixed up. I'm almost positive that was it the OU game where the receiver hit in the face mask, and then they threw the flag, and then they picked it up and said there wasn't a flag on the play. I think that was.
I can't remember. You might be right.
I don't know. I no, it may have been the Cowboys game because I remember watching it with Bo and Mom
Hmm.
at Mom's house. But anyways, they had that, and then to end the game, the Cowboys' last drive, there was like a minute left. They had the ball in like the 3, and they go for it around the 1 maybe, and they end up trying to throw it a little slant. Well, the tight end catches it, and like yes, he is short. You need to go on Twitter. I'll send it to you or something. But he's like his knee is on it, and the ball is in the end zone, but his left knee is in the grass. It didn't touch the end zone,
Hmm.
and so they rolled him short. So they turned it over and they lost. But the reason he was short was because he was getting drugged. There's a picture. He was getting drugged before the ball was even to him. So
Seriously?
it was just like I mean I don't the past last weekend I've never felt more screwed by officiating in my entire life. But
Yeah.
it's all
I
good.
mean, I've never met a ref or an umpire that I liked, so
No,
that's
I
that's
mean
just
we
that's just the
considering
way
we
it
both
goes.
were one. I mean
Yeah. I hated myself that whole
I
summer.
did. I
I
did. I was
couldn't
very depressed.
I woke up every morning, went and looked myself in the mirror. What are you doing with your life, man?
Dude,
You've
I'm
become
telling
the
you, bro,
enemy.
it was so bad. I like the as soon as like somebody would ask if I wanted to go umpire, I would like sit there and I would contemplate like you don't want to like I was no, this is horrible. This is not worth it. And the more I'd think about it, I was like, son of a bitch.
Hey,
And then next thing I
that's
know,
cold hard
I
cash, dude.
dude, and then I do it. Yeah, I mean non-taxed. Are you kidding me? And so I
Hey,
as soon as I said
the only
yes, I
thing
want to
worse
do
than an
it.
umpire is the government. So
Man, 100%. Now, and actually, the crazy ass parents, then the umpires, and
Bro.
then I man,
Don't don't get me
you
don't get me started on T-ball parents, bro.
oh my
You want
god,
to explain to
I
me why I'm getting yelled at the most at a T-ball game out of all the levels
I
I
could probably if I didn't have consequences, if they didn't let umpire if they let umpires say whatever they wanted to say, I would be able to tell parents that probably under the age of 12 and under and below, I could tell each parent that wants to yell at me for my calls if their kid needs to continue to pursue a baseball career or if they need to join the damn band. I promise you.
Hey, take it easy on band. All right, well, before we got cut off, Will was insulting kids that were in band, and then he
No, I'm just
had to go
saying
through an
like
outfit change to
I would
look
have
like
told
a
them
drug dealer
I,
Eminem.
I would have told like we were talking about parents arguing when me and calling this umpire, like for absolutely no reason, as if they don't understand that we're 19 and 20 years old trying to make a
Yeah,
little bit of money on the side.
and that
But
we could probably forget more about baseball than they'll ever know about baseball.
yeah, yeah. So
But
anyway, so I proceeded to say that if they should if I had the ability to say whatever I wanted to say and have no consequences to parents when they yelled at me, I could probably tell all of them from 12 and under down, all the way to T-ball, that if actually what, no, I wouldn't say that because I didn't start playing basketball till fifth grade, and I
okay,
was ended up being decent.
I've got a
So
question
what
for
do you?
you, Will.
Okay, what's up?
Because you said that the kids that suck, they need to go to join band. So here's my question for you, because I I I had some friends, back in the day that would argue this question with me, who did sports and did band. But would you consider band a sport, like marching and
Oh
stuff? Yes or
man,
no?
I don't know about marching,
I
but
know
like
I have a pretty strong stance on this, but let me hear
I
what you
don't
say.
think marching's a sport, but like drumline,
Yeah, I mean that's like marching
does
though.
that count?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like the
Well,
marching.
actually, I take it back. I'm not hating on like I'm not saying like you need to play
No.
baseball. Let me just backtrack real quick because like my love for music is like so deep, and I have really good friends that are that I'm now in college with that I know that I didn't know in high school, obviously that didn't play sports and they're in the band. So like band people are really cool, but like if you, I would just let your kid know if he needs to quit playing baseball. Like that's kind of dumb. But
And join the
anyways,
band.
okay, so the band and marching. Ah man, this is kind of like my take on this is like it's gonna be real hot. Kind of like I don't think cheerleading's a sport. And like my
Okay.
mom is a cheer coach at high school and at Roth, and like I have verbally let her know this, and she has abused me. So like she knows where I stand on this, and she does not agree. But like I don't think cheer is a sport, and I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think band is a sport. Sorry, no.
I would have to agree with you there, because you know
Really?
oh,
And you were in the
absolutely.
band, and you played sports, bro.
Yeah, so I was also in drumline, and we
I
had
wish
to
I could have.
march, in parades and stuff, and they were like, "Oh, it's a sport because you're in a competition and you're doing physical stuff." And
Physical in
I'm like,
how?
bro, this is not. I was like, the worst thing about this is having to wear the stupid outfit in Oklahoma August, having to freaking sweat my nuts off carrying this drum around. But
Good.
no, I don't think it's a sport. Respect for the people who do march and like all that stuff.
Have Have you ever been to New Orleans?
I have not, no.
Okay. Well, have you ever been to a place where, aside from New York, I assume you've been to New York.
Yeah, I've been in New York City a
Okay.
couple
So aside
times.
for like guys playing, piano and stuff in the subways, you ever seen, younger kids playing drumsticks on buckets?
No, I mean outside of
Those are
like
some of
Thunder
those are
games and
some of the
stuff.
most talented, like in New Orleans, when we
Mm-hmm.
stayed down there for 2 nights. It's they're some of the most talented artists that I've ever seen. And like
Really?
these kids are 12 and 12, 13, 14. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's cool. But I
But
mean,
you really can't enjoy it because every 5 feet you got a homeless person asking for your food you just want to take to your hotel room.
I'm surprised that they didn't like think you were one of them. They're like, "Hey,
I
buddy,
don't know, man.
you need
I
some
had it and they're
help."
like, yo, where'd you get
I'm
that?
surprised that the homeless people didn't offer you money.
Yeah, no joke, man. I will say though, we went on this ghost we went on this ghost tour because I thought it was gonna be scary. Well, it was just like this historic tour about all these people that were murdered or whatever. And so supposedly this chick was telling us that if you take a picture in certain spots, that if it shows orbs, that that you see a ghost. Like it's a ghost. Like if you take a picture with a
Okay.
flash on, it's a ghost. So we go this whole tour. And first off, I wanted to be in a wheelchair the whole time. We were trying to get me down there, and Christy, my friend's mom, wouldn't allow me to go. But so I take a picture of this hallway that she said was extremely active with ghosts. Mind you, I do believe in ghosts and spirits. But in this, like they had a light at this one place. There was a light behind me. It was a blinking light. I could see it covered up, but it made it look like a reflection that you could only see when your flash was on. So
Oh,
I was like,
really?
these sons of guns, like yes, I get it. You're trying to entertain people, but come on. So
They got
the
you,
tour's
man.
ending, and she was like, "You can take pictures and see if you see an orb." And everybody's showing, and they don't see anything. And I'm like, "Ma'am," I'm like, "This is kind of freaking me out." I was like, "Yeah, do you know if this is this anything?" And I showed her that, and she was like, I don't find that very funny. I actually find that very disrespectful." And I was like, "Yeah, I was like, it's time to leave, bro." So we left. But I was like, "That's so funny. That was great."
That is actually really funny.
But man, yeah, man.
I just
Anyways,
I just remember as far as this last thing, and we'll get back on the sports topic. But as far as like ghosts and things like that, you remember when I spent the night at your house, and it was when you still lived out in Bing, and we're
are you
playing.
going to talk
It's
about
like
the snow prince? The prince?
no, this is a different time
Oh Lord.
when we were like your window was open, okay, and we're playing NCAA. It's probably like 2 in the morning. We're like, I don't know, 10 years old, and your like blinds start blowing up against the window, and you like live by some train tracks. The train starts going by, these blinds start blowing up against the window, and then you and me both walk outside, and your back door is just wide open. Do you
Why?
remember that?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
That was one of the more
No, bro. Like Bo
because y'all
used
lived
to be
out in the
able to
middle of
see.
nowhere, dude.
Yeah, we did. Bo used to be able to see people. Like he saw a dead cat. But one time he I don't remember who it exactly. It's either my mom or my dad's. One of their parents, his parents. So it's one of their grandparents.
Hmm.
They used to wear this top hat. There's pictures of them all in their house. Well, we were all outside at that same house you're talking about, and Bo was inside, and he came back outside finally, and he was like, he asked mom, he was like, who's the dude in the on the couch sitting in the with the top hat? She was like, what? And finally, a few months later, we're at the grandparents, and oh, it's lit. Chris Brown dropped tonight, by the way. Um,
Shout out
But
Chris Breezy.
Bo saw the picture of him. He was like, "That's the dude that I saw on the couch." And he was like, "What?"
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Anyways, so do we have anything other sports wise we'd like to? I'd like to close on good notes today. So
Yeah.
I want to talk about the
Let's talk about our Texas Rangers winning the World Series, baby.
man.
Look, we
Anyways, God,
after 10 11, we deserve that, man.
mm,
We earned it. Blood, sweat, and tears. Adolis Garcia, for those of you that don't have me on Snapchat, my personal Snapchat, he got his jersey hung up in the rafters of my house. After that ALCS performance, he's forever immortalized in the 2037 Dewey House. So yeah, that was
uh,
exciting to watch, man. Tell us because you told us about the bet you had with Debbie on here. Tell us
yes.
how the
So
parade was and how that whole deal.
man, so I'll send you the video later, and maybe there's a way that we can edit it a little bit so we can post it. Can we clip it when we post the video?
Yeah, we could post it
All
on the
right, bet.
Instagram or
So,
the Twitter.
anyways, so when I originally made this, it was right before the wild card started. So we had to take down Tampa Bay first, and I remember talking to her, and I remember Dane, my roommate, was sitting in the living room with me, and because he cracks up, 'cause he's a Phillies fan, and it was when the Rangers, they had up and down season, and they had just lost the division. It's like
Mm.
Dane was loving it, and so she calls me, and I'm like, all right, said, I will, if the Rangers win the World Series, we are going to the parade. I'm taking off work and I, we are drinking, you're drinking your first beer with me. She was like, oh, fine, whatever. Like, what? Because I mean, let's be real. It wasn't going to happen, bro. And so, we keep watching. Wild cards goes by. Boom, easy, crazy. And so I'm like, all right, whatever. Like we were really streaky all year. We're about to lose four straight. Boom. Then we play Baltimore. Mind you, I'm watching all these games basically either at work or at my dad's mom Nelda's house. And so like I'm not really getting to enjoy these games. I'm having to watch them on my phone. I'm having to listen to them on the radio at the gym. And then so beat the Orioles, boom, done. And at this time, now I'm texting Granny. So I'm real superstitious. I text her, I was like 8 games left. Or I said 8 wins away. And so then we play Houston. And I'm like, okay, like we're really streaky. Like we're going to lose. And then sure enough, we win two. And I told Dan, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose four straight here. Boom. Lose. Did we lose two or did we lose three?
We just lost the one. Wait, to the Diamondbacks or to the
no,
Astros?
to the Astros.
Okay, yeah, we won two and then we lost three straight, and then
yes.
won the
So
last
then
two.
I said I thought I told Dan I was like, watch, we're gonna lose four in a row. We lose three. Because I remember at Kendall's wedding, my night was ruined right after she got married because we found out the Rangers lost. And so then we end up winning that single handedly because of Dolis Garcia has the biggest balls I've ever seen in my life. But so then I'm texting her 4 wins away, and she's like, yeah, whatever. Well, then watch World Series, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I did not watch the World Series at one sitting for longer than 30 minutes at one time. Like I was either watching on my phone, my computer. I was at the house for just a minute. I was on the road. I was at the gym. I was at work. Like I'm telling you, dude, like I never got to really sit down and watch. I watched them win game 7 on County Road 1510 right before you turn left to go to Bing to go by the water tower. I was at that stoplight. It was about 9:30ish. I remember that's when he struck him out. And then so we go down, we go to Arlington, me and Granny and Mom and Grayson went. And we in my head when I originally made this bet, I thought it was gonna be like, I had 100, not 100. I would probably say, it's a couple thousand, 10, 20. And my God, Colin, I had to drop them off and I had to walk a total of 3 miles.
Yeah, I heard
But
there's like
so
700,000 people there.
it was insane. But anyways, so apparently you couldn't have alcohol out there. It was a dry zone for whatever reason, even though there was plenty of people that broke rule. But I was getting real pissed off because I hadn't taken my anxiety medicine yet. There was a ton of people everywhere. And so we end up in this corner. By the way, the way the parade was set up, I don't know if you saw a picture of the outline. It was horrible. Like it was twists and turns.
Yeah.
Like it was ridiculous. So we're stacked up with a bunch of these people, and you're squeezing through people like you are in a concert. You're getting shoved, and people are yelling like, "Yeah, there's no way you're gonna go anywhere." Well, we're all closed up. Well, there's like 6 of these Hispanic guys about our age, maybe a few years older, and then there's this one really old black guy right in front of us. And like, man, they are drinking, they are going, drink for drink, shotgun after shotgun. This old man, I don't think he has a single asset ever aside from what he's wearing. And he's saying he's buying everybody shots, and then he'll be like, I'm buying everybody shots just tonight. I'm just lying though, I'm kidding. And everybody's like, no, this dude's crazy. Don't talk to him. Anyways, so these Hispanics bring out this green bottle. I'll send you the video so you can show it later. And they start passing it around, and I think it was champagne, but the fact that I'm not entirely sure makes it even that much funnier. So they're passing it around, and I'm like nudging Granny. I'm like, hey, if you take a sip of this, just a little sip, was like, this is it, like the perfect setting. I was like, it's over, the deal's done. And so she's like, no, no. And so I'm like pointing at her, and one of the guys grabs it and he looks at her and he hands it to me, and I give it to her, and he starts chanting. And he's like, Granny, Granny. And I'm like, open up. I'm like, open your mouth. And so she hands it back to him because she wasn't gonna do it. Well, then he goes to pour it, and so she starts to sip on it, and as soon as she does, she spits it out, and everybody goes insane, dude. That was crazy. It was awesome.
That's that's hilarious, dude. That's an
Dude, it
awesome
was awesome.
story.
It's one of those like that when I as soon as I made that bet too, like that is something I'm going to be able to talk about that story at her funeral, like
Oh,
100%.
the fact
Core
that
memory.
it was just a drink and passed around Grandma Debbie's first
I
ever,
like
and the
and like
chance,
afterwards we were thinking, we were looking at, we are like, we don't know what that is. Like we have no idea what you just drank.
and the fact that she's at a parade with that many thousands of people and everyone's just chanting
Oh
for her to
man,
drink that. That's awesome. That's hilarious. Next time,
crazy.
dude,
But
for
it,
some reason, I always just randomly see her and Grayson in the Ada Walmart every time I'm
yeah,
there.
man.
So whenever
They
next time I see her, I'm gonna
do.
have to ask her about it for sure. That's awesome.
But anyways, overall the Rangers hell of a season, man.
Yeah,
You know,
it was
Corey
awesome.
Seager should win MVP, but you know,
Hmm.
Tony's gonna get it. But insane. Simeon, great job. Yeah,
Yeah,
insane.
played
Everybody
every
did
single
well.
game that
Great
year.
job. And Bruce Bochy is a damn wizard, man.
He
So
is that he knows how to manage a ball club. We give him
yes,
that
yes,
much.
indeed.
But
But
hey, man, well, you want to close this out for us?
man, I we will next week we can cover some spreads, but tonight, you know, we got things to take care of. Anyways, we'll try to do some convincing, get Tate on the next one. But anyways, pray for us OU fans as we go through another week of scrutiny and abuse from our annoying little brothers. But anyways, I'm Will. This is Colin signing out. Peace.